Welcome to the maiden episode of Kitchens of the World Philippines, and I am in Cebu. Join me as I discover all the delightful things to eat, from the lechons of Talisay and Karkar to their chicharrones, and of course the gourmet treats of the Food and Wine Festival. So join me in this maiden episode of Kitchens of the World Philippines with NutriAsia. Welcome to Kitchens of the World Philippines, where we will travel all over the country. And my first stop is the beautiful Queen City of the South, Cebu. This is Kitchens of the World with NutriAsia. Hello everyone, welcome to Crimson, and I am here for the Cebu Food and Wine Festival. This is where my friends and I will come together to cook some of our dishes, of course, inspired by the Cebuano ingredients. It was a magical night, and I'd like to thank the organizers, especially for our Golden Puso Awards and for acknowledging the efforts that we did to create brand new dishes exclusively for the festival. The night was young and so were we, so we danced the night away, and it was indeed a wonderful experience. During the Cebu Food and Wine Festival opening, this was the dish that I created, and I am so proud to say that everyone loved it. We served it on ice bowls, as you saw in the video, and we're going to recreate that today in my kitchen. So let's start doing this, and I'm going to teach you the secret to making really good kinilaw. So you see there's a difference. We're doing two things today, kilawin and kinilaw. So here I have my shrimps peeled. I have lime juice, calamansi, and vinegar. Leave it there, no more than 10 minutes. So while I am waiting for this to cook in acid, I'm going to do a relish which I really love eating and pairing with my kinilaw. And this is the green mango relish. I did this also in Cebu, and like I said, we're going to do the exact same thing today. Sugar and salt. Bring that to a boil. I'm going to do another thing to complete my dish. This is sriracha. This is optional, but of course it makes it nicer because it gives it that kick. And some sugar, a little bit of sesame oil. Mix that well, and that's it. I've been boiling for 10 minutes. I'm now going to add my mangoes. I'm gonna turn this off. This is done too. Perfect 10 minutes. Drain it well. Then we're gonna add all the other ingredients. More lime juice, a little calamansi, a little vinegar, some sugar. Then, of course, to pay tribute to Cebu, I have different kinds of mangoes. I have dried mangoes and green mangoes. It's a nice mix of flavors. Then, cucumbers, red onions, tomatoes. Mix this well. Add some salt, some olive oil, some cilantro. Of course, I always use the stem. Some chilies. And this dish is finished. Serve it cold. I think this looks very, very nice, huh? Radish sprouts does wonders to this dish. So I have some radish sprouts. And what is a dish like kinilaw without sunflowers? It's gonna look so nice and tropical. It reminds you of the beach. So this is my dish, and I like serving that with this. These are cassava chips, and these are from Cebu. A lot of beautiful things happened to us in Cebu, but then we learned that at the end of the day, the dish that's best in the beach are dishes that are served cold, and we serve this cold. After doing our kinilaw na hipon, I'm going to do a kilawing baboy. So do you know now the difference between kinilaw and kilawin? So this is a kilawin. A kilawin is when your dish is made out of something that has been cooked. In this case, it's going to be liempo. So this is inspired by our insarabasab in Ilocos. It's a dish that is quite easy to prepare and everyone loves it. But of course, I'm going to do it my way. Easy to prepare. In a bowl, combine sugar, garlic, pepper. This is the barbecue marinade. It's called Barbecue-rific. A little bit of fish sauce. Suka, your favorite suka. In my case, I'm going to put sukanghang. Some toyo chili. Some oil. 2 tablespoons of my wine. That's just to make it more mabango. So after you mix this really well, you're going to have to put your meat into the marinade and then leave it for a few hours or even overnight in your refrigerator. So we will leave this here to marinate overnight. I would transfer this in a Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge. So these were the strips that I marinated last night that I'm going to grill right now to make our kilawing baboy. How to cook the liempo is entirely up to you. But if it were up to me, of course, I would grill it 5 minutes per side at least and then flip it over for another 5 minutes. I would slice it and check if it is done. If not, I'll just put it back in the heat. So I just finished slicing the liempo that we just finished grilling. So I'm going to put that in a bowl. And now we're going to do our sauce or our dressing for the kilawin. To do the sauce of our kilawin, you'll need sugar, liquid seasoning, some garlic, ginger, pineapple juice, soy sauce, and vinegar. Like I always say, you balance the taste according to your liking. And to me, I think I don't need anything else. I think I'm perfectly fine. Except for a little pepper, and perhaps just a little more sugar. Mix this well. It's really not difficult to do, but this dish is very delicious. So toss that. If I were you, I'd leave this to sit for an hour before I put the dish together so that the pork soaks in the sauce. Reserve half of this because on top of this, I'm going to make a small, like an ensalada. I have my pork here. Like I said, let it sit for at least an hour because it's going to soak up all of that. And in another bowl, the half of the sauce, you're going to have to combine with vegetables. So here I have French beans, cigarillas or wing beans. I'm gonna add white onions, red onions, tomatoes, spring onions in the sauce. The smell of the acid makes me want to eat it already. Then lastly, we're gonna put cilantro. Very nice. I know that cilantro is an acquired taste, so if it's not to your liking, don't put. We're gonna plate this. It's fairly simple. See, doesn't that look really nice? See, it looks fresh. And that's your dish. Last season, I invited a dear friend of mine, Anika, to taste my tinola. That tinola had all sorts of aromatics. It had basil, it had cilantro, and it was delicious. Today, I am going to ask her to taste my kilawin and my kinilaw. Anika, welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen. You have a flour. Try this. We're going to put one perfect bite on your plate. And then a little bit of the cassava chips and a drizzling of the sriracha. So that's your perfect dish. That's really nice. For me, it's one of the most delicious kilawins. It's fresh, it's cold, it's salty, it's sweet, it's tart, it's everything in one bite. Then the next thing that I'm going to tell Anika to try is this one. This is inspired by our insarabasab, to which I added vegetables and arugula. To do the other plate. That's nice also, right? And that's nice even if you have rice on it. But anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today. We'll see you again next time. And I'd like to thank our sponsors, NutriAsia, for traveling with us and believing in us and doing this show because we're going to travel all around the Philippines and we're going to cook delicious dishes, explore some, Eat lots with Kitchens of the World Philippines. Until next time, thank you very much and see you.